Welcome back, guys. We are once again going to be showing you how to double your coins in FIFA 23. So if you're new around here, as usual, drop a like down below, and if you want to be in for the chance of winning one of 7 copies of EAFC, make sure to subscribe as well. Send me proof over on Instagram. We are 100 subs away from 14k, where we'll be announcing these 7 winners. So make sure to go get your entries in, and as usual, if you want coins in a quicker way, well, so if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description, and let's get into it. Now, boys, I know I did say it was going to be 7 copies, but I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to get another one. So we've got 3 packs here, all of them reasonably good. So we're going to, if we get a good card, I will add an extra copy. So it'll be 8 copies. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm praying we get some fodder, because I am actually going to do Arnold, because it gets Foden better chem, and Beckham's just mid now that everyone can get him. So we're going to try and bag one of these new shapeshifters. Ideally Henry. I don't know if he can be got in these packs, but Henry is pretty much... Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just going to quick sell them all. This is currently a sizable L. I would say this is a pretty sizable L from all those packs. We've got 3 times 84. Surely one's a shapeshifter. Come on. That's so poor. And of course, if you've not done them already, make sure to go and do your preview packs, because they're always something that you can just get maybe a good card out of. Of course, check out the promo packs that are like lower value. We've got a 50 FIFA point one there, which conveniently I have. So we are going to open that. I assume it's pretty poor. 3 gold rares, all untradeable. I mean, it's going to be bad, but same rules again. If we get a good, I mean, EA just don't want you guys to get another copy of the game, really. Now, because he was the best player that we actually managed to get in any of them packs, we're going to do a filter first of all based around Ruben Neves. We do have a couple other players in the mix, so you do minimum 10 to 50, Premier League and City. Now, that actually, as gold rare filter anyway, it actually works quite well, so you can do that. As you can see, you got Foden, Silva, Rodri. I think Foden kind of muddies the waters a bit there. If you can get him out, I think you're probably looking at 13k to get him out. That might be the mark you have to set it at, which makes it a little bit difficult with the other fodder. But what we were going to do is the Portuguese filter. We haven't touched on this in a little while. It was a massive filter last year. You got Diaz, Silva, and you should be able to find some Cancelos. Not going to be a lot, but there will be some Cancelos. Now, really simple filter in terms of the higher-ish end fodder, I suppose, at the moment. And of course, you do need a few coins to do it. So if you do need to get those coins to start, I'd say go do some squad battles, just do it in the background of other things. Take Div Rival rewards as tradable, or go do the first 2 SBCs, as we always talk about, from squad builder challenges. Go to icons. There's 2 SBCs at the start. I always talk about this because they're very profitable. These 2 here, complete them in every icon SBC you physically can, as cheaply as possible. You know, if you've got the stuff in your club, you will make a ton. Going back to the filters, we do of course have the same option with City to go over to Spain. You're going to have the likes of Laporte and Rodri, so it's a nice filter, but it isn't as good. Now, this is honorable mention because we did talk about it recently, but we are of course going to look at the new shapeshifters. So if we go over to Footbin as usual, and what you will find is with the new team, there are a good few cards that are incredibly well valued, but unfortunately that means on the lower end it's going to be difficult to do trading. However, we do have some lower entry editions. So what we do have, first of all, you've got shapeshifters, Premier League and Man United. I do want to say we have Maguire, and it looks okay. So you've got Martial and Maguire. The only thing is, I don't know if the Bruno Fernandes card is on. I think he is. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, Martial, Maguire. So there is a big berth between the players that you can get on this filter in terms of cost, but it's one you can use. Obviously, Harry Maguire on the lower end of things. I think we're looking at about 350. Looks like that, 350. So EA tax on that, 10%. What I would do is when you go above 100k, it's actually easier, rather than working out EA tax, just knock off 10%, because that covers your 5% tax, and then of course a 5% on top for your profit, and that means you'll be making on this one about 17k. So if we go down by there, we're just under, so you'd want to go there and just snipe away. Now, of course, if you get one and you can't manage to sell it exactly at 350, if you do 345, because we've got ourselves about 17k profit, you are going to be able to make a little bit of a loss of that. Maybe you'll get 12k profit, but you're still making profit rather than losing any coins. Now, if you take yourself over to Shapeshifter Icon and Forward, what you will find is, of course, if we go on the sort of no profit cap, or not price cap, we've got Petit here, we've got Van Persie, you've got Eto, you've got, we should have a Rijkaard card as well. Rijkaard's got a striker card, so that should be coming up as well at some stage. However, your lowest priced icon right now is going to be Campbell. Now, to my knowledge, these boys are, yeah, so his price minimum is 20k. So you can sell this guy for 20k. You'd realistically want to be picking up for, I'm trying to think, 75, 10% off. Yeah, I mean, 69. You know, I'm not trying to take the mick. It's, you know, it's not a poor joke, but it is a good number to pick them up at. Now, you can get these for as low as 20k. I'd actually say that's a pretty big win because you've got 50k of profit there available. There will be people who are silly enough to list him for minimum, or people who just make the mistake. So you're always going to get a dub off of those people. It's just this one you might be able to get a huge dub. I mean, no one's getting Campbell and being careful about the listing because everyone's probably pretty mad that they got essentially the worst shapeshifter icon there is. Now, if you can't find Campbell doing that, you can just take off the price and just go for the lower end, which is obviously Riquelme and Herrero, but obviously we've had a look at those before. Now, we have had some more Bundesliga editions. So we've got Adeyemi, we've got Roussillon, we've got, I think there is another one, I want to say, you've got Klosterman as well, who's obviously a little bit more expensive. But these two guys on the lower end, we've also got Neuer, who is also a little bit expensive. But what you want to do is, for the lower end of things, go to about, I think, 60k for Adeyemi. I think he's the cheapest one at the moment. 60, yeah, bang on 60. He could have been an incredible card. I feel like they did add Danny Aaron's dirty here. They could have made, you know, a really decent card, and they just did. I mean, it's just bad, isn't it? Like they could have juiced it a bit more. You know what I mean? So we're looking at about 57k. EA tax on that, 10%. Basically 52. So actually, to be fair, not too bad. You've probably got a good chance of getting an easy snipe on this one, and it's not a difficult filter to really sit around and do. Of course, on the lower end, you can literally just go for actual just shapeshifters, and that should be one that you'd be able to get quite a decent bit off of. But we do obviously want to break it down a little bit more because we have had a look at that before the new cards came into play, but it's not massively changed. We've obviously had a new edition, I think, on the lowest point of it. I think they've got the En-Nesyri. So En-Nesyri is a little bit of a cheaper one. I think he's sitting at the kind of 30k mark, 35. We've got Alvarez, we've got Tolisso. Let's have a look at its premium, because that, I mean, the system they use is also awful. Like, why are we doing premium and not premium? Okay, so I would say good one for this one. I mean, you can just snipe, really, but I would say Liga Santander is probably a good point to start with, because we've got a few nice selections of players there. So if we go to Liga, we'll go over to, what, 30k for the new guy. You got Caballera and you got En-Nesyri. So that is quite a decent filter, both low value. You know, you're not spending too much to do these ones. Let's have a look. 26. They're basically going for 27. EA tax on that, go by like 3k. So at 24k, you're making a pretty decent bit. Even at 24,500, you're still making enough for it to be worth doing. There are obviously not many filters that are getting added on each time they do this, because essentially they're not really giving you a lot of, I mean, you've got a couple duplicate icon cards. Other than that, they're not really adding much more content. Now, what you can, oh, wait. No one is as dumb as me when it comes to snipe. That was out. I literally got a brilliant snipe, then looked down at my phone and started waffling. What is wrong with me? Now, if we go, that's actually not the nation I meant to go on. We meant to go for Portugal, I believe. Yeah, it's just Vigo. So this one, you've got two very, very different prices. I'm assuming, let me have a look. Let me just go to the kind of higher end of things. We've got a 5-star skills and a 5-star weak foot, so of course the 5-star weak foot is cheaper. So we're looking at 500k. Okay, so 400, yeah, literally 500k. So EA tax on that, it's gonna be 25k. If you go down to 460, that's 15k profit. If you want to go down an extra 10, you're looking at a, how much, 25? Yeah, 25. I don't know why my maths went blank, but I kind of got scared that I'd got that wrong. But I hadn't, so it's okay. This is obviously a decent filter. And once again, it's difficult to get filters right now that are new. And of course, I can always go over old ones, but I don't want to waste you guys' time with repetitive content. I do want to bring new stuff every day. And of course, we are going to diversify the videos a bit more, but it is just about getting the time to do that. I do obviously have a job as well. But if you have enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.